Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining me. My name is Shannon Smith, a student here at Judson University, attending classes to receive my master's in human services. Our assignment for today was to review a YouTube video about presentation skills and skill sets, choose two or three of those skill sets, and speak on how they would help you in future presentations, as well as what you think about your presentation skills now. The first skill set I chose was the repetition. Starting out a skill set by telling the audience what you're going to tell them enforces how the presentation is going to go. They have a vision, hopefully set, a small vision maybe, but a vision of the things that you're going to speak of and in what direction you're going to take the presentation. Once you've let them know what you're going to tell them, then you would go ahead and tell them those three or four topics that you spoke of in the beginning. You would speak of those topics in more detail in the body of your speech, allowing the audience to think of questions and ideas to put out there after the presentation, to ask after the presentation, to brainstorm with other people sitting next to or around them during the presentation, and getting a good idea of how you're going to move forward in the strategy that you're presenting or the idea that you're presenting, whatever it is that you're presenting. A clear cut, informative body of information is given to the audience at this time. Once that is done, then you would move on to the conclusion, which is actually reiterating what you told them when you were going to tell them and what you actually told them. So you're going to wrap up with the conclusion of the three to four points that you spoke of in the body, that you spoke of in the introduction, to ensure that everyone is on the same page, that they know what you spoke about, that everything went smoothly, came across smoothly, and there are no ifs, ands, or buts about what you were trying to explain and portray during your speech. I don't like fluff. I don't like the extra stuff. I get straight to the point in any presentation that I have to give. I do not care to present, and I pray during the whole time I am presenting that I do not faint or pass out from rapid heart palpitations. And I thank baby Jesus at the end of every presentation I have to give. The next topic I chose in the presentation was knowing my audience. Know who I'm speaking to. Gather the right information. Who's coming to the presentation? Do they know anything about the topic? What can they add to the presentation? What can I give them that will make them sit still, listen, and think of ideas for the presentation to stay and want to remain a part of my presentation and maybe possibly present their own at another given time. And last but not least, I chose the topic of being relatable. In order to be a good presenter, I think that you have to be yourself. You have to know who you are in presenting, and you have to make that aware to your audience. Have you ever gone to a presentation where someone has invited you and you get there and this person is up on stage speaking and you're like, who is this? This is not the person that I speak to on a regular. This is not who I've had phone conversations with. This is not who invited me to the presentation. And it causes you to waver a little bit on trust, on honesty, on what's really going on with the person. So I think being yourself in the presentation, being comfortable with yourself in the presentation, allowing yourself to do you, to feel great about what you're presenting and knowing that you're presenting something that is valuable to you and those people that you have invited to your audience to listen to your presentation. Being comfortable with yourself also reflects on those in the audience. It reflects on you. It allows the audience to be comfortable and relaxed, and it gives way for a more comfortable presentation. So those three things I chose: repeat, know your audience, and be relatable to your audience in order to allow for comfort, for ease of mind, and for a great presentation overall. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.